Hello. Today I want to talk about the importance of hiring the right team members for your team. For a start, you've got to make sure you've got the right culture in your own business and develop that through really good team engagement by really making sure the team are focused on what your vision and goals for the business are. Then, when you want to add to that team, it's important to actually get the specifications right. Spend time in working in your ad, or if you're briefing an employment agency, to help drill down on what the requirements are of that person. And then once the resumes and information comes in and you choose the ones you want to talk to, obviously you'll want to look at what their skills are, etc. But it's far more important to hire an attitude, because in many cases you can teach a lot of the things that are needed, but it's important to make sure you get the right attitude that's going to fit in with your team. So I think it's really important too to make sure that you're creative with a lot of your questions too, and not just the stock standard questions too. But get them to think outside the square too, and challenge them in that interview. It's important too to make sure you can see how they behave in all environments. To that end, I take them for a tour of the office to meet the team too. And in that time, I want to see how they react, how they are interested in the organisation, how they treat people. You know, do they engage well with people? And you know, no matter what role it is, they need to be able to get along with the team. So it's important they can engage and move around. Better still, go out for a meal with them. Because over a meal, you can tell a lot about a person. You can really see how they behave, their manners, the way they treat staff and anybody else too, to make sure they're well-rounded too, and they're not talking down to people, they're not rude, they're not flustered, and they're comfortable in that environment too. That can be so important. The other thing too is maybe set them assignment too, to come back with some sort of information or a strategy or something you'd like to, which might be typical of their work. Let them set their own deadline and then see if they meet it. Once again, you're just assessing how they can do it on a timely basis, what's important to them, but also do they meet that deadline. And finally, check their references. But I love to check the references where they haven't actually given that. I like to talk to people where they've worked in the past, where they may not have asked them to be with them, to see why they're not on that list too. Because the ones they give you, are going to be good. So it's better to look outside that, see what else you can do. And most importantly, get great feedback from your team. Are they going to fit in? Is it going to work? I remember learning that at Price Waterhouse. They always had a team of people that interview the new graduates, right from the graduates up through to the partners at every level. And they all had an equal vote on whether someone would join the business then. And that way you could see at different levels how they'd fit in, whether they had the right culture fit. Recruitment's a tough game, but important to get it right, otherwise it's very expensive. Thanks for listening.